Hello. Communities running away from home. Today is the 12th day of September 2022. I don't know the time because my computer's off. But it's probably around 11 or so in the evening. Monday. Yes, Monday. Drama with the memorial service down in Indiana. Jason was not part of the drama. The drama appears to be between Robin, who is Dennis's executrix, although Alan has said he is the executor. I have seen no paperwork. I reserve my opinion. But I was asked to help give money for this process of Dennis being cremated and displayed and honored. And I did send $150 after talking to Alan, my brother. And then today, my brother Jim calls me and tells me that Robin said to him that Dennis had a $10,000 life insurance policy and that they had a joint account which had $6,000 in it. The $6,000 in it joint account, makes me wonder about him. I had heard that he had gotten online on Facebook and said that he was going to be homeless. Not if you have $6,000. Not knowing the area. It's Indiana after all. You could live up here in Michigan quite nicely, as long as you could maintain the income necessary to keep the abode, the home. But $6,000 would get you into it. Anyway, this drama is about money, and I don't understand it to an extent. We are complicated people, we Lemons. The children of Russell and Myrna Bernard Lemon are different. I don't even know how to say it. When I was a girl, I moved every 2 years. Never went to the same school twice in 2 years, after 2 years. And 2 years was an actual lengthy amount of time till we moved to Greenville, where we plopped down and stayed forever, although there ain't a single one of us living in Greenville. Ike moved with my parents down to Alabama when all of us were out of the house. Randy died in 1989, October. Is that why I feel drawn to your blue egg? It's in my bag. And our parents were always fighting and splitting up and getting back together. My mother was an alcoholic. There was some infidelity there. Life was very chaotic for us children. But we always ate real well. My mother was a wonderful cook, and we lived in beautiful homes because my mother had style. And the surface was very important to Myrna. That's okay. That was her life, that was her choices, but it created some oddballs. So, Jimmy asked if I had talked to Alan recently, and I told him no, that it wasn't quite recently, like within the last few days that I can remember. Maybe I did. But that he told me that Dennis was part of a class action suit that was going to be settled in the spring. He was going to make a lot of money. All of the decisions as to all of that, Alan is the executor of. That's what he told me. And what he told me first was that Cody and Dallas would be very well taken care of. Never have to worry about anything again, which made me happy because they sure had a lot to worry about with Dennis as a father. And then he said in another conversation after that all of us siblings were going to be beneficiaries as well. It's all set up here. I got all the paperwork, lawyers seen it, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, Alan, I'll be dead by spring. Seriously doubt I'm going to make it through the winter. But we'll see. Because I think, as I told you, Linda said that I had years left to live. She could see it in my eyes. I'm not finished. You're not finished yet. There's still something you got to do. Well, thank you. Not exactly what I'm hoping for. And then there was drama with Joshua. Joshua is in dire jeopardy of going to prison for playing stupid games and winning the stupid prizes. And you can't say that to him. Dude, you played a stupid game, thought you had all the odds in your favor, and you didn't. And you need to understand that something like this, that could potentially ruin your entire life, you have to have all the odds on your side. No unknown variables. And even then, it's stupid unless it's something that's not going to harm you or others, or it's something that's going to take a chance, you buy a lottery ticket. That kind of odds potentially change your life. You can't say that to him without him feeling it as a deep wound that you're creating. So he gets defensive and won't talk about it. Rationally, calmly, nicely. He just starts to attack. So, he says it's looking bad. He might be doing prison. They showed his picture on our local television as being a sexual predator, part of some sting operation. Interesting. Joshua lies to me. I wish with all my heart that before I die, we can have an honest conversation without it one being where he's lecturing me. Nor should I lecture him. But ding dang it, I'm his mama, and I feel like he needs some lecturing. Take him behind the woodshed in a figurative way. But Your adult children rarely have the respect for you that they had when they were little. And if they didn't have any respect for you when they were little, they ain't gonna just magically get it. And that is Joshua. So he had brought me $700 as payment, half payment on my car. And he's been driving it around. I've been paying the insurance, but he's been driving it around. Or Nina has. I guess he said Nina loves the car. Yes, we women do love the car. It handles sweetly. It really does. Matilda, Cameron's girlfriend, Cameron being the third son of Jason, loves the car. Everybody loves the car. I love the car too, and that's why I bought it. Joshua says he's got all those foibles. What's another word for it? Idiosyncrasies, where it would be unreliable. You stop at some place, you go back in to get in it to go, and it's dead. You go outside the door of your home to get in, got everything around, you start it, and it doesn't start. It's dead. He says he fixed it. My feeling is, come the cold weather, those will be back. But anyway, Jason had said that Josh was having a lot of money troubles. He lost his job because of being on the television as part of this sting for pedophiles online, human trafficking. How can people be so stupid? How? How can people be so evil? How? I don't understand it. Which means I have no defense against it because I don't understand it, how it works. And that's sort of a black spot, a blind spot for me. Some things are. I don't understand it. But I also don't really believe it of Josh. So I gave him that $700. He gave me the $700. I gave $400 of it to Christopher. I spent the rest of it. Well, $300 of it. A lot of it on food. Was it a lot on food? I know I sent $150 to Robin for Dennis's memorial, which, according to Jimmy, they didn't need because she told Jimmy when he got there that she needed absolutely nothing as far as money goes. And Dennis had many receipts, and they were to Alan for like $1,000, $2,500. Those were the two amounts that I heard. I drifted off of Joshua. Yes, I understand. Anyway, this whole period of time here is to do with finances. So Jason said that Joshua he got fired from his job because of the news article, the news video. And so I messaged him and said, do you want me to give you back the $700? Would it help? I can do that. He accepted the offer, and then I said, but obviously the car will come back here so that I can take off the insurance and not renew the tags. It would have to just sit here. And I think also I will try to sell it. because to get the $700 for Josh, I had to borrow it from Bruce, and I have to pay him back. I told him I'd pay him $500 back out of October's check, but I'm thinking about that. I can't do that. I can't. We're going to have to do 2 300s and a 100. And pray I live long enough to make it happen. And then there's Chris. I told him I would start paying him in October. I owe him $600 for the laptop. He's got mine. He might be working on it today. He's never going to have time to work on it. He's not. He's so busy and so tired. Everything is about finances. And it's just so human and just so annoying and just so unnecessary, but necessary. Money is how the world works, Denise. And as I learned a long time ago, it doesn't matter how much you love something if you don't have, or how, it doesn't matter how much you love something or how badly you want or need to do something. If you don't have the money to do it, that very valuable tool in your toolbox, you ain't going to get away with nothing. You're not going to get it. You won't do it. And so you have to be creative when thinking about ways to make money. Selling the car. But Josh said he will bring it Sunday. I will be able to. I think I will try to get out to it. Oh, it's going to be fun. Just have to have portable oxygen and time to relax. Once I'm inside. I don't know. So there was that, and Joshua came today to get the money, and Bruce had clipped it to the paperwork that he wanted Josh to sign inside of a manila envelope for his trust fund. And when Joshua came and sat at the table, I asked Bruce, "Where's the money?" It's in a folder there with the paperwork he's got to sign. So I took that folder, and it did not make Bruce happy. He was pissed. "What are you doing?" "I'm getting the money. I am paying you this money back, so it is mine, and it is mine to give." "You can control everything after this, Bruce. You will. This is for me to do. You don't like it? I hate it for you." Like Miss Deborah would say. But it's the way it's going to be. So I took the money, unclipped it from the paperwork, put the paperwork back in the envelope, and counted out the money to Josh. And my job there is done. I hate taking the car away from him. I know people need 2 cars, but I can't. I could. And this brings me back to a theme that's running through my life in these days for about a month. Be generous, Denise. Be generous with yourself, meaning be generous of the person you are to give to other people. Be generous with your kindness. Get generous with your time. Be generous with your intention. Be generous. Just be generous. And I'm having a hard time because each time I want to, the old me pops back up and says, "Well, be generous to me first, or you'll have nothing." That fear, that poverty mentality. I have enough. I have enough. And I am enough. But I can always be better. Good night.